Good morning, students. In third standard science, term 3, we are going to see unit 1, our environment. Before entering into the lesson, we just recall our previous portion. Students, before entering into the lesson, please note down all the points which is presented in this video. Then only you can revise and understand the continuity of the lesson. It will also help you to revise during the time of examination. In last class, we saw about the definition of environment, difference between biotic and abiotic factors, interaction between biotic and abiotic factors. We just recall our previous content. What is environment? The environment is everything around us. All our surroundings, including the air, soil, water, plants, and animals, make up the environment. The environment is everything around us. All our surroundings, including the air, soil, water, and plants and animals, make up the environment. See this picture, children. This all things which is presented in this picture is called environment. Here, the non-living things, that is sunlight, termite mounds, water, soil, are present. The living things, that is trees, insect, animals, microorganisms, are present. So all these things are combined together is called environment. This environment is divided into two factors. It is divided into two factors, namely biotic factors and abiotic factors. Biotic factors and abiotic factors. Let me see one by one. A biotic factor. A biotic factor is any living part of an environment. It may be a duck, fish, plants, bacteria, etc. So, the living part of an environment is called biotic factor. Abiotic factor. Abiotic factors are the non-living components of the ecosystem. Here, ecosystem is nothing but the environment. Abiotic factors are non-living components of the environment. It may be a wind, sunlight, soil, temperature, atmosphere, water, etc. Here, bio means life. Bio means life. So, life means the living things. So, the living part of an environment is called biotic factor. The living part of the environment is called biotic factor. Abiotic. Here, the A represents not. A means not. So, abiotic is non-living things. So, the non-living things present in the environment is called abiotic factors. These factors help determine whether a species means the living things. It may be a human or fish or microorganisms, anything. These factors means the abiotic factors help determine whether a species can survive in an area. Then, difference between biotic and abiotic factors. Biotic factors means living things. Biotic means living things. They can breathe and grow. Biotic factor can breathe and grow. Abiotic factor, that is non-living things. Abiotic factor cannot breathe and grow. Biotic factor need food to live. Biotic factors need food to live. That is, the living things need food to live. But abiotic factor do not need food to live. Abiotic factors do not need food to live. Biotic factor can feel. Abiotic factors cannot feel. Biotic factors give birth to young ones, but abiotic factors do not give birth to young ones. Next, we saw about the interaction between biotic and abiotic factors. Here, interaction means the connection between biotic and abiotic factors. Here, see the tree. So, for the growth of this tree, it needs sunlight, soil, and water. Here, the plant is living thing, that is biotic, but water, soil, and sunlight are abiotic thing. But without these abiotic things, the biotic thing, that is the plant, cannot grow. So the plant and the non-living things are interact each other. Ecosystem. What is ecosystem? It is defined area. Defined area means a specific area, a particular area in which a community. Here, the community means a group of living things. It may be a fish, it may be a human, or anything. A community lives with interaction. Interaction, I already told, that is connection taking place among the organisms between the community and its non-living physical environment. So, ecosystem is nothing but the connection between the non-living and the living things. So, an ecosystem is formed by the interaction. Interaction means the connection between all living and non-living things. Living things depend on each other in a community. In an ecosystem, these living things can be divided into three major groups. They are producers, consumers, decomposers. So the living things present in the environment is divided into three types. One is producers, that is producers. Then consumers, that is consumers. Next, decomposers, that is decomposers. Decomposers. Let me see one by one. Producers. Producers are living things that can make their own food using air, light, soil, and water. Here, plants use a process called photosynthesis to make food. So, plants are called producers. Here, this part is from your book. So, producers means the living things that can prepare their own food are called producers. Here, the plant can prepare their own food by using sunlight, soil, and water. So, the plants are called producers. Green plants are the producer. They make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis means, here photo means the light. Synthesis means produce. By the using of this light, this plant can produce their own nutrients, that is own food. So these plants are called producers. Hence, they are called primary producers. Humans and animals depend on plants for their food. Next, consumers. Consumers means any organism that cannot make its own food. Any organism that can't make its own food. Consumers have to feed on producers or other consumers to survive. Here, survive means to live. For example, see this picture. Here, the rabbit is depend on this plant for their food. Wolf is depend on this animal for their food. Here, these two animals cannot make their own food. They depend on other animal or other plant for their food. So, the animals or any human beings which they cannot prepare their own food, they are called consumer. Next, types of consumers. There are three types of consumers. They are carnivores, herbivores, and omnivores. Carnivores, herbivores, and omnivores. These types is classified based on the food which they eat. Let me see one by one. Here, I already told consumer. Consumer means any organism that feed on a plant or other organism. So, the animal or a human being cannot make their own food. They depend on other animal or a plant. So, these animals and human being are called consumer. So this consumer is classified into three types. One is herbivore, carnivore, and omnivore. Herbivore means an animal that eats only plants. An animal that eats only plants. For example, rabbit, rat, etc. So these animals are called herbivore. Next, carnivore. An animal that eats only other animals. For example, lion, tiger, etc. So, an animal that eats only other animals, that animal are called carnivore. Omnivore means an animal that eats both plants and animals. An animal that eats both plants and animals are called omnivore. For example, birds, human, etc. So herbivore means an animal that eats only plants. That is called herbivore. Carnivore means an animal that eats only other animals. Omnivore means an animal that eats both plants and animals. Next, decomposers. Decomposers means they consume. They consume means eat. They consume dead plants and animals and decomposes them, reduces them to simpler form of matter. Here, the primary decomposers are fungi and bacteria. So, the decomposers are eat dead things and turn them back into dirt or soil. Here, some of the examples I gave. The decomposers are worm, that is earthworm, mushroom, insects and bacteria. So, the decomposers eat dead things and turn them back into dirt or soil. So, the decomposers will grow on dead things. Okay, I hope you all understood our previous portion. In this section, we are going to see about plant sapling and also about importance of plants. First, we will see what is saplings. A young tree with a slender trunk is called saplings. Here, it is a young tree. Okay, so this branch is very slender. Slender means it can break easily. So, a young tree with a slender trunk is called saplings. Next is about the importance of trees. Why trees are important in our environment? Because it provides medicines. So, many medicines will be prepared from trees. It provides fruits. It removes carbon dioxide. So, trees will take carbon dioxide and release oxygen which is needed for human being. So, trees remove carbon dioxide and also it reduces erosion. Trees prevent flooding, it adds oxygen and it cools our houses. Benefits of plants. I already told plant is very useful to human beings and also it helps to keep clean in our environment. It provides oxygen for breathing. It provides food and shelter to live things. It absorbs harmful gases and smoke from the surrounding. It gives wood for making furniture. It offers a good environment to live and also it helps in bringing rainfall. So these are the benefits of plants. So the benefits are it provides oxygen for breathing. It provides food and shelter to living things. It absorbs harmful gases and smoke from the surroundings. It gives wood for making furniture. It offers a good environment to live and also it helps in bringing rainfall. Do you know Van Mahotsav? So Van Mahotsav means it is a festival of forest. It is an annual tree planting movement. This movement began in India in July 1950. This festival is organized during the first week of July every year. To create awareness among the people, we can give saplings during celebrations. Nowadays, you can observe in so many celebrations. So many peoples are preferred to give that saplings to their relatives as a gift. So, to create awareness among the people, We can give saplings during celebrations, family functions, and national festivals. We can also plant saplings on your birthday. Some important initiatives to protect our environment. So there are some other rules and regulations are there in our country to protect our environment. They are the CIPCO movement. It is inaugurated in 1970. The Environment Protection Act in 1886, National Green Tribunal in 2010, APICO movement in 1983. Next, points to remember. What is environment? It consists of everything around us. Environment consists of everything around us. Environmentalist is a person who protects the environment. Environmentalist is a person who protects the environment. Biotic factor means living organisms in our environment. Biotic factors means living organisms in our environment. Abiotic factors, that is non-living things in our environment. Abiotic factors means non-living things in our environment. Ecosystem. Ecosystem is nothing but the environment. This ecosystem is divided into three types. One is producers, consumers, and decomposers. Producers, consumers, and decomposers. Producers means organisms that can make their own food. Organisms that can make their own food, that is called producers. That is cactus, tree, plant, grass, etc. Consumer means that cannot make their own food. They depend on other animal or plant. That is called consumer. For example, frog, bear, eagle, fish, etc. Decomposers means organisms that eat dead plants and animals turn into soil, that is called decomposers. Example, earthworm, fungus, bacteria, etc. Next, evaluation. Our environment is surrounded by abiotic and biotic factors. Living organisms in our environment are called biotic factors. Living organisms in our environment are called biotic factors. Non-living things in our environment are called abiotic factors. Amoeba is an unicellular organism. Here I gave some evaluation which is given in your book. Try to answer this question in your textbook. Write the abiotic factors needed for the following biotic factor to survive. Survive means to live. Write the abiotic factor. Abiotic means non-living factor needed for the following biotic factor to survive. Air, water, sunlight, soil, land, wheat, fruits, grass, hen. So these are the keywords. The question is animal. You have to answer it. Animals which need belong to this to survive. Next, plants. Next, human beings. Next, classify the following biotic factor. So we know the producers, consumer and decomposers. You have to classify the keywords based on the producers, consumers, and decomposers. Okay, children, I hope you all understood this portion. If you have any doubt means, please note it down in a notebook. I will clarify that on the day of reopening. Thank you.